Now, in this video, I am going to explain about superposition of the waves. Here, let us imagine two waves. It may be a sound wave or light wave, whatever it may be. It may be a mechanical wave or non-mechanical wave. When the wave propagates in the space, there may be a chance of combining two waves. First wave and second wave, both of them may be combining with one another, and because of that superposition will occur. Instead of saying combining, we have to call it as superposition. When two waves are superposing with one another, we will get the resultant wave. Let us see how the two waves are superposing with one another, how the resultant wave is created. When one wave, first wave, combines with superposes with second wave, a new wave, resultant wave will be created. Here, look at the shape of the wave. Let us imagine the wave is traveling in this direction, and this distance is called displacement. This is the maximum displacement of the vibrating particle, that is represented by the letter called, what is this? Amplitude. This is called amplitude. Are you clear? And this one can be taken as, what is this? Displacement y1. y1 can be taken as displacement. y1 is the displacement of the first wave. And one more wave is there, wave number 2, for which the amplitude or the displacement can be taken as y2. So y2 is the displacement of the second wave. Here, two waves, let us imagine both are traveling in the same direction. When the two waves are traveling in the same direction or in the opposite direction, what will happen? Both of them may be combining and superposing with one another. After superposing, we are going to get the resultant wave. Here, this uppermost point in the positive direction can be taken as crest. Look at the uppermost point in the positive direction, that is also called as crest. And the lowermost point here in the negative direction, in the peak, that point is called trough. Here also the position of the trough is there. When two waves are superposing with one another, when the crest of the wave, when it is superposing with the crest of the another wave, what will happen? No, both of them will combine and you will get the resultant. When crest of the wave, when it combines with crest, and trough of the wave, when it combines with trough, the resultant wave amplitude will be bigger. The resultant wave amplitude and displacement will be bigger. How to draw the diagram of the resultant wave? First you have to measure the distance, displacement y1. That y1 to be taken, that is to be vectorially added with y2, displacement of the second wave. When the displacement of the first wave and the displacement of the second wave, when both are added, you will get the resultant displacement of the resultant wave. Are you clear? That can be called as y. Y is the net displacement of the net wave, resultant wave. How to draw? Let us imagine if it is 5 centimeter means, if there is, this one is 2 centimeter means, 5 plus 2 is equivalent to 7 centimeter. Therefore, the resultant wave will have the greater amplitude and the shape of the wave, it will be looking like this. Understand this? Are you clear? So, this is the shape of the resultant wave. When compared to the displacement here y1 and y2, the net displacement of the resultant wave will be bigger. Are you clear? Now, I will continue the drawing. Are you clear? Only then you can understand. Look at that. So, this is the shape of the resultant of the two waves. Understood? So, this is a resultant wave. Could you understand? If you calculate the net displacement, that one will be the addition of which two, y1 and y2. So, the net displacement of the resultant wave will be equal to y is equal to y1 plus y2. Are you clear? Both of them must be vectorially added. When these two can be added and when the total displacement will be bigger, the crest of the wave that has to overlap with crest of the next wave, trough of the wave that should coincide with the trough of the second wave. Only then the net displacement will be the addition of both. Are you clear? When these two are superposing with one another, when the crest is coinciding with crest and trough is coinciding with trough, by that time both the two waves are said to be in phase. Are you clear? The phase difference between these two waves will be 0. That's why they are said to be in phase. When the two waves are in phase, the net displacement will be greater when compared to the individual displacement of the wave. Are you clear? Now we are going to see the another kind of superposition in which both the two waves are traveling in the medium, but they are totally out of phase. Look at the first wave. The first wave crest is here. It is going to overlap or superpose with the second wave. Here the crest position of the first wave is going to superpose with the trough position of the second wave. Are you clear? This is the trough position of the second wave. This one is called trough. This one is crest. This one is trough. Look at that. Crest is going to superpose with the trough of the second wave. Crest is the positive peak and the trough is the negative peak of the wave. Here when these two are looking like this, when they are superposing with one another, by that time the two waves are said to be totally out of phase. By how much angle they are out of phase? They are out of phase by 180 degree. Look at the next position also. Here trough of the first wave is going to superpose with the crest of the second wave. Here crest is going to overlap with the trough. Here trough is going to overlap with the crest. So by the time what will happen now? The net resultant wave amplitude, the net resultant wave displacement will be decreased. Are you clear? It depends on the y1 and y2. Here I have taken the same value of y1 and y2. In the case of first one, the y1 displacement is taken as 5 centimeter. In the case of second wave, the displacement is taken as 5 centimeter. So vectorially, both of them must be added. So what is the net displacement in the case of resultant wave? Y is equal to y1 plus y2. Both of them must be written. Vectorially, both of them must be added. Since they are out of phase, how to write this? 5 centimeter minus 5 centimeter. So on the whole, you will get 0. So the net displacement in the case of resultant wave will be 0. So how the wave with 0 displacement can be represented? When the two waves are superposing with one another, you won't get any wave. You won't get any wave means resultant wave won't be created. Resultant wave will have 0 displacement. So I have to draw the resultant wave on the surface of the mean position itself. So this is the resultant of the two waves. You are not able to see any wave at all. Both the two waves, both of them, they are cancelling with one another, and finally they are not able to produce any wave at all. So this is the shape of the resultant wave when the two waves are totally out of phase. Are you clear? Here I have taken y1 and y2, both are having same value. Sometime y1 may be different from y2. For example, if y1 is 5 centimeter means y2 is 3 centimeter means resultant wave will have 2 centimeter displacement. So you will get a slight wave, but the net displacement will be lesser than the individual waves displacement. Are you clear? The net displacement of the resultant displacement of the final wave, that one will be lesser than the displacement of the two individual waves. Can you understand? Just for understanding purpose, I have taken y1 and y2 both are similar, but that one need not be always. So y1 may have some value, y2 may have some value. By the time both of them must be added vectorially, finally there may be some wave with some little displacement. Understood? So on the whole, what will happen? The net displacement will be decreased in the case of the second kind of superposition. Are you clear?